Well, hello. Today is an exciting day for me, and I wanted to bring you along for just a few minutes. I have been invited by my friend Gary, who I've known for a few years, who goes to church with me, and he's asked me to come out and spend the day with him chopping corn, which what that means is we'll be in a big combine all day. And he works at this massive dairy farm, and so he's got all these cows to feed. And so we'll be harvesting that corn. But I am hoping I can get him on camera to tell me the story of how God saved his life. He has one of the neatest God stories you'll ever hear, how the Lord just rescued his life. And it was just a few years ago. And Gary's pretty young in the Lord, but has a incredibly tender heart. And just love being around him, and I'm thankful for the chance that he would ask me to hang out with him today. So yeah, I'm going to bring you along. I don't think this will be a super long video, but yeah, just am excited and wanted to share this. So blessings, and I'll see you soon. Yeah. Oh, this is awesome.
Look at that, I even got the shirt on.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I needed some trucks.
So this is your baby.
My baby. Much to talk about, but
Well, okay, so this is how many years ago?
it happened on Halloween 4 years ago.
4 years ago, okay. So take us back. You were at the farm.
I was at the farm. I was checking out the manure pits, the lagoons.
Right.
And
Which is basically quicksand made of manure.
yeah,
I remember seeing
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And it's when you were in there, that's it.
yeah, I had to crank a board up to make it go from one lagoon to the next lagoon.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, while I was cranking it, I noticed the metal pipes with the crank on it were leaning as I was cranking it. So I put my knee up against it to hold it, and I went nosedive in the lagoon.
And how many feet down, like from?
Well, my head went under. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think I hit the bottom because it's probably 18 feet deep.
Okay.
And-
But like from where you fell was what, 5 feet?
No, it was only like 4. I mean, the manure level was about foot level,
Okay.
so it wasn't that far down.
And then you fall straight in,
Straight down,
And-
and I'm not a very good swimmer of any sort.
and you can't really swim in that anyway.
Can't swim in that, and I remember my arms scrabbling. I remember grabbing the edge. The next thing I knew, I was sitting on the edge. That's all I.
1 second, your head down in the manure.
Yep, my hand.
Can't breathe.
My hand grabbed the edge, and the next thing I know is I was sitting on the edge there.
Back where you were.
Well, on the edge of the concrete where I fell in.
Wow. Just teleported just like that.
Yep, it's like I don't know how I really got there. It's like
Yeah.
somehow or another, the good Lord says, "I'm not done with you yet."
Wow. I remember that. Everybody heard about it at church. and-
Oh yeah, I told Pastor Allen.
Yeah. That's so
He
cool.
was just blown away by it.
That's so cool.
When I told my brother and sister, "Oh my God, Gary, you gotta quit your job," and I was like, "Yeah, it's just a freak accident."
Yeah.
Good Lord doesn't want you more money, so I'm good.
Well, it seemed like, I mean, and maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like there was a big change in your walk in the Lord after that.
It's like, now I know he's got something for me. I don't know what it is. I keep watching for him, and it's like,
You knew it wasn't a prank then.
yeah.
Yeah. So you would have, do you think you really would have died if God hadn't pulled you out, like there was no hope of getting out of that?
I think I probably would have ingested something that I shouldn't have ingested, because, you breathe that stuff.
Yeah.
I really thought it was lights out.
Yeah.
Oh, he's bringing him dinner. Not everybody needs a sandwich.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
I told my kid right away.
You did.
I wasn't too keen on telling all my brother and sister. After I told one, he said, "You gotta let the family know." It's like, why?
Yeah. You didn't know if they'd believe you. But,
Yeah.
Because you're telling them you teleported from one spot to the other in a matter of an instant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have been underneath that stuff too long, it's like,
Yeah. And did I remember right? Did you get a little sick after that?
well, I got a cough or something, so we didn't know if it was because there could have been a virus in the manure. So
Right.
we went to get checked. Or actually, my boss sort of insisted I get checked I wanted to make sure I didn't breathe none of that stuff in. You know?
Right. And that pond is just basically where all the manure, the cows, it just runs into that.
Yep. It's 3 million gallons worth.
Oh,
That's how big it is.
liquid manure. Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing it when I was there with you. It was. I could see how it'd be dangerous.
Well, you know, if that pipe wouldn't have bent, and I wouldn't have had to push on it, none of it would have happened. But it was rusty because it's been set by the manure so long.
Yeah. And you were just kneeling down at the edge.
Yeah, I was just trying to hold the pipe from not pushing over. And when you push it against the pipe, then like the pipe broke loose.
And you went in. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the end of it. But
Right. It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been, yeah. With, in that split second, you probably weren't thinking anything. It was just like, tell me, your life didn't flash before you or anything like that.
no, it's like, I just remember how am I going to get out of here.
Yeah.
That's about all I
How am I going to get out of here? Yeah. Well, that's one of the coolest stories I've ever heard, Gary.
Well, I showed you that picture of this when we went to Destin, Florida. Didn't I?
Yeah, okay, yeah, so,
I mean, I didn't see it other than when they showed me the picture.
well, there's a man dressed in white on the beach
Walking beside me.
walking beside you, and there was no man in white when you were down there.
No.
And that was clear as day when I saw that picture of that man in white. Yeah.
We don't shop there. I mean, I even went and looked at that picture the other day.
Did you?
See if I could still find it, you know?
Yeah. And that was the whitest white I think I've ever seen. I remember, I mean, I'll never forget seeing that picture you showed me. And it was unique because everybody's in their bathing suits, but this man has a white robe right beside you. Yeah. All right, just a quick follow-up to the video. Excuse me. Going through some changes. I wanted to ask Gary if he had ever thought about this with his testimony. What a picture it is for all of us. Because Gary found himself in shit, basically, covered in it, head to toe, and steeped in the stink of this world, in his sin, and the Lord brought him out, put his feet on a solid ground again. And so I just always thought, I've been meaning to ask him that for like 2 years, and forgot again today, that what a picture it is that the Lord's done for us, that he's taken us out of the muck and mire of this world and put our feet on solid ground. So thank you, Jesus, and yeah, have a good day.